Good morning. This is Gardner Israel. I'm speaking to you, hoping that you'll hear my voice. I don't know where you are. I don't know what time period you're in. I don't know whether it's a year from when I made this, 10 years or 1,000 years. But it doesn't really make any difference. I'm out here in this beautiful piece of God's earth, trying to do my job, which was assigned to me by Yeshua, the Messiah. And that is to look for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The lost sheep are those which ultimately do and will belong to Yeshua. And those of us who already believe that He is the Messiah and that He can bring eternal life to His believers are blessed with the job of trying to communicate with the rest of the lost herd. Yeshua offered eternal life to those which would believe in Him, and that is to believe that He was the Messiah, God's Son, God in the flesh, which came down to earth a number of years ago and spent a few years performing His ministry, healing the sick, raising the dead, bringing sight to the blind, healing people with leprosy, raised a number of people from the dead to prove as a sign that He was indeed the Messiah, come to bring light to the world. His mission was to sacrifice Himself on the cross in substitution of our death penalty that we obtained by our sin while we're on earth. And He did just that. He caused Himself to be put up on the cross and to die in our stead because He loved us. The kind of love that we can only imagine. We as human beings don't know that kind of love. We don't have that kind of love. But that's what He did. He died for us in substitution of our penalty while we were yet sinners. Three days later, He took His life back again, made Himself known to quite a few people as a resurrected Christ, and then ultimately went back to His heavenly abode, promising to return. Meanwhile, His followers and believers are to spread His word. They're to proclaim His name, Yeshua the Messiah. He's also known as Jesus Christ and some other derivations. The Messiah, the Christ. If what I'm saying somehow rings a bell with you, and you think that you might be one of those lost sheep that belong to Yeshua, please go to Him in prayer and ask Him to reveal Himself to you. He promised that He would do that if you asked. And if you knocked on His door, He would let you in. I don't know if the wind is destroying this or not, but it's pretty windy out here. This beautiful, beautiful, chilly morning. I hope that my words have encouraged you to check out the promises made by Yeshua, the Messiah. This is Gardner Israel.